Eskom's electricity crisis is a poverty of energy capacity, money and soul. And this has led to an increase in low morale at the utility. That's the view of energy expert Vally Padayachee, who's been an executive at both Eskom and City Power. Now, the utility is currently implementing stage 2 blackouts due to the breakdown of 5 generating units since Friday afternoon.
The morale of Eskom is, and this is factual, is right down at the moment, right? And that's why I make the point, and I'm just jumping to the other end, that the soul of Eskom is virtually destroyed. And why I say that is that the soul is actually the culture plus an X factor that drives the company.
Padayachee has also weighed in on the kind of leadership that's needed to turn the utility around. Eskom is searching for a new CEO following the resignation, of course, of Andre de Ruyter, who leaves at the end of March.
I think the key aspect, obviously, he must come with competencies in having done financial turnarounds, technical turnarounds, and strategic turnarounds. But the key aspect that the new CEO has to have, which the other 12 have failed, is that he or she must have done what I call a psychological turnaround in other companies similar to Eskom. Because that psychological turnaround has to be accomplished first, or maybe in parallel or staggered to the financial and all of the other turnarounds. Because if he or she doesn't do that, you can do all the good work, and maybe that's where the most of the 12 CEOs tried to do and failed, right? So I would argue that, and also another key point in the interest of time, is that if a new CEO comes on board at the interview, and even if you're looking at A-grade talent that you're trying to recruit, the first question they're going to ask you is, what is the culture of Eskom? Now, if I'm there, if I'm on the panel, I've got to honestly answer, and this is my opinion, that sorry, Mr. Applicant, we've got to rebuild a culture. Right? Because the culture that we've had was a top performance culture from 1923. That culture, unfortunately, seems to have been eroded. So if you're coming on board, we need to recraft the culture. But we need to get back, and this is what the board should be saying, get back to the culture that we had, the top performance culture that we had in the 90s.